Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into a really crucial public awareness project, combating chat-based financial fraud and identity theft. We are going to totally dissect the exact tactics cybercriminals are using right now to target small online business owners, social commerce vendors, and basically everyday digital consumers. By the end of this, you're going to know exactly how to protect your hustle.
Okay, just picture this for a second. Imagine the absolute dopamine hit of making a massive online sale. You know the feeling, right? Your phone dings, you see an alert screenshot from the buyer confirming this huge payment, but then you go check your actual banking app, and it's completely blank. What you might not realize in that rush of excitement is that the alert is pure Photoshop, and you are currently the target of a highly sophisticated, engineered heist.
To get you armed and ready against these modern criminals, we're going to break down the anatomy of this scam. Here is our agenda for today. Section 1, the chat fraud crisis. Section 2, Vector A, the fake buyer. Section 3, Vector B, the fake seller. Section 4, systemic vulnerabilities. And finally, Section 5, your 5 golden rules. All right, Section 1, the chat fraud crisis. Let's start with the arena where these heists are actually happening today.
Look, the shift in modern cybercrime is honestly striking. Traditional banks have heavily fortified their systems. We're talking advanced encryption, multi-factor authentication, AI-driven behavior monitoring. It's incredibly difficult to hack a bank server today. So what do the criminals do? Well, they shift their focus directly to you. They've realized it's much easier to manipulate someone through social engineering right in their DMs on WhatsApp, Instagram, or Telegram. They bypass the bank's security completely by tricking you into voluntarily handing over your money or your data. Moving to Section 2, Vector A, the fake buyer. This is our first major attack vector, targeting small online business owners. Here is the exact step-by-step playbook the fraudster uses. Step 1 is forged proof. They'll pose as this super enthusiastic international or out-of-state customer making a high-value purchase. They send you a pristine, photoshopped bank alert, or they might even use spoofed SMS sender IDs, so it looks exactly like a real bank message. Step 2 is manufactured friction. When you inevitably hesitate because the money isn't in your app yet, they introduce a fake complication. They claim the funds are trapped in an international routing system and demand you pay an upfront clearance fee to release it. And finally, Step 3, credential harvesting. They'll ask for your bank verification number, or BVN, and one-time passwords, pretending they need it to verify the transaction, which completely compromises your account. It's crazy, but they use these really specific, official-sounding names. Fraudsters will claim your money is stuck in an India bank or Bank of Africa cross-border clearance account. They use these fictitious institutional names to manufacture friction. It makes their demand for an out-of-pocket activation fee sound totally legitimate and necessary before your supposed funds can be released. So, why does this actually work? Well, the psychological lever is financial aspiration. By dangling this massive, lucrative purchase right in front of you, the scammer clouds your critical thinking. The sheer excitement of the sale makes you overlook the glaring fact that there's no real notification in your actual mobile banking app, which pushes you to send your own hard-earned cash just to secure the deal. Let's flip the script. Section 3, Vector B, the fake seller. What if you aren't the vendor, but the shopper? This vector preys on bargain-hunting consumers, and it follows a completely different 3-step timeline. First, artificial scarcity. The fraudster lures you in by advertising high-demand goods, think event tickets or wholesale items, at an unbelievable 50% below market value. Instant FOMO, right? Second, routing deception. When it's time to pay, they direct you to non-existent obscure bank account names or fake web portals pretending to be payment aggregators. And third, engineered panic. The exact moment you try to pay or start asking questions, they generate fake system errors, claiming your account has just been flagged for suspicious activity or non-compliance. The psychological trap here? Pure compliance under duress. Terrified of facing law enforcement or losing your money to a frozen account, you're pushed into a state of absolute panic. And in that panicked state, you become highly likely to just comply with whatever the scammer says, willingly handing over sensitive personal data, PINs, or secondary transfer authorizations just to, clear your name. Which brings us to Section 4, exploiting systemic vulnerabilities. Cybercriminals heavily rely on consumer confusion regarding actual banking regulations. Take the bank verification number, or BVN, for example. It's a secure biometric identification tool created to unify accounts and prevent identity theft. But there is this massive public misconception that simply having someone's BVN is like having a master key that instantly allows a fraudster to wipe an account. Look, you absolutely must protect it, but it's not a master key all by itself. However, scammers exploit this exact widespread fear to extort you, convincing you your money is literally seconds away from disappearing if you don't follow their steps.
And they definitely don't stop there. They weaponize real-world anxieties. With recent mandates enforcing strict 9BVN linkage, scammers send phishing messages threatening immediate account freezes to force you to click malicious links in a chat. Plus, they weaponize normal instant payment settlement delays. Sometimes networks are just congested, or there's a standard anti-fraud hold. Fraudsters will use these totally normal temporary processing lags as proof that your funds are caught in international clearing rules and demand you intervene outside of official banking channels.
So how do we fight back? Section 5, your 5 Golden Rules Playbook. Let's slow things down because this is the critical defense checklist you need to memorize before you part with your money or goods. Rule number 1 is absolutely non-negotiable. Never trust a screenshot alone. As the Local Awareness Project phrase goes, screenshot fit lie. A screenshot is incredibly easy to fabricate with basic mobile editing tools. What this means for you is absolutely no physical goods should ever be released until the funds physically reflect in your own banking app or via your USSD balance. An image of money is not money.
Rule number 2, real banks never charge fees to receive money. If dem ask you pay, nah scam. Legitimate transfers credit directly into your account. If anyone, whether it's a buyer, a supposed bank agent, or a clearinghouse, tells you that you have to pay money first out of your own pocket just to receive a transfer, it is purely a scam, full stop.
Rule 3, guard your BVN and OTP like cash. Your BVN and OTP, now your financial ATM PIN. Never give them to anybody for chat. Listen, no legitimate bank official, customer service agent, or buyer will ever have the legal right or the need to ask for your BVN or your one-time password over a WhatsApp chat or a phone call. Treat those numbers exactly like physical cash in your wallet. Rule 4 is a huge one for catching fake sellers. Verify strange bank names and routes. Make sure say the bank account name match what in the person carry mouth talk. No send money to funny microfinance or weird names. Scammers frequently use mule accounts opened with stolen identities. You always want to use your banking app's name inquiry feature to confirm that the beneficiary's actual account details match who they claim to be. And finally, Rule 5, which combats those psychological levers we talked about. Slow down when you feel rushed. Pressure, not sign of danger. If then they rush you, calm down and shine your eyes. Fraudsters completely rely on artificial panic to bypass your logic. When they start rushing you, saying an offer expires in 10 seconds or your account will be locked immediately, you have to step back, pause, and verify independently through official channels. So here's my final question for you. The next time a buyer rushes you in a chat or a seller offers a deal that's just way too good to be true, will you panic or will you pause and verify? The criminals have evolved for sure, but so can our defenses. Remember these golden rules to protect your hustle, stay vigilant, and never let artificial pressure make you victim number 1. Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Stay safe out there.